don't take no for an answer. I mean, so many people said, oh, you're getting older, or you're in the wrong industry. One radio station said to me, you're really bad at presenting. And I nearly got thrown off the radio. But I didn't care. And it wasn't that I didn't think I was good or I was bad. I enjoyed it. And because I enjoyed it, I wasn't taking no for an answer. And I finally found my way.
Welcome to this week's edition of Indigo Living on the Couch series in partnership with Luta Perfumes. Each week I invite special guests to join me on the couch to inspire you and inspire me. This week I'm super excited to invite my friend Punam Verma. Now she's the woman in front of the camera, behind the camera. She's making stories come to reality. Join me as we listen to her journey of how she started in the space of TV and online media. Welcome, Punam.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here.
I know. I haven't seen you for years, so it's nice to see you.
So we've always crossed paths when it's come to television. Now you have 2 shows out. You are sharing your joys of travel and, of course, what's happening in the city as well.
Yeah.
But let's start with your journey in media.
Well, I grew up in Walsall in the West Midlands in England, as you know. And when I was growing up, everyone was a doctor, a pharmacist, a teacher, a lawyer. And I remember watching, do you remember Purple Rain by Prince?
Of course.
So Prince, suddenly I was like, wow, this is such a creative person. And it kind of opened something in me. And I turned my poetry, I used to write poetry, into music. I was like, that's it. I'm going to be a singer-songwriter and a pop star. And I went down that road and had a lot of meetings with record labels. And through that journey, I had a radio station say, oh, you sing? This was after university. Do you want to present on radio? And I said, no, I don't want to present. I hate the news, journalism, everything. Fast forward several years, I ended up becoming a news journalist and a breakfast show presenter at the BBC. And I got a random email, and it went into my junk email. And I was about to delete it, and it said, Dubai One TV looking for TV presenters. It came to me, and I was like, this is really bizarre. So I just sent a recent journalism showreel that I did, because I did a postgraduate in journalism, literally just finished it. Sent it, and the next day, typical Dubai, oh, can you come to Dubai? We're going to give you a TV show. 2 weeks later, I was in Dubai, and I did a show called Out and About on Dubai One TV, which lasted about 8-9 years.
So we crossed paths at Dubai One, which is such an incredible foundation of television, or they were producing original content here. So it's amazing how all of us are back.
Yeah, I know. We never left.
Here. Never left. But you're working on a new show, which is pretty exciting as well.
Yeah, so when everything stopped at Dubai One, you know, all the English production closed down, we created, first of all, Dubai On Demand. So all the presenters and producers got together to create a lot of online content. But then I went back to England for 2 years, and I said to the BBC, I have an idea for a show. They said it's too commercial for us. So I just decided to create my own website, and I went to Thailand and I filmed it. It's called Soul Traveller. So the show is about that and traveling around and showing different holistic places. Sky TV said, we'll take it on. So it just randomly happened there. So that still plays there. And then I do a lot of Soul Traveller video features here in the UAE, and feature people on kinesiology, holistic therapies, water therapies, anything that helps people with their health and well-being.
Well, let's take a brief moment to talk about wellness, because I feel like that's truly your passion. I mean, your face lights up when you talk about this subject. What are 3 points or 3 pieces of advice that you would share with people to kind of live the best life they can live?
I think one of the biggest things is listen to yourself, and I think that comes through stillness, calmness, and meditation. If you look at the world today, even social media, which I work in that industry, it's too fast, and I think people get lost. And the reason I call my show Soul Traveller is because I think too many of us are listening to the outside noises. We've all grown up with parents, culture, religion, expectations, and if you're not listening to your soul's calling, you're not living your true purpose. And when you live your true purpose, that is when life flows. It's probably not a good thing, but I've never really planned life. I've always felt my way through life. And when I feel good and I'm around the right people, I know I'm on the right path. I think that's the main thing I would say. There's not top 3, that's the main thing. Yeah.
You are a part of a very successful company, Dubai On Demand, which is constantly evolving, constant projects happening. How have you seen that social media space and the digital space evolve so rapidly?
Well, I tell everyone I'm old school journalist and I can't stand the word influencers because I feel like my mom's an influencer, but she just doesn't have an Instagram page. You know, everyone is an influencer. Secondly, as an old school journalist, there was a little bit of enviness going, I've grinded my way up, you know, gone on the streets, and suddenly people have 1 million views and they're getting work from this. It was very unusual for me coming from one generation going to the next generation. So I think it's been an amazing tool for collaborations. I think it's great. I can contact anyone through DMs. I contacted the singer Maxwell to be in a film I was making through a DM, and he replied back to me. So the way you can access people is incredible. But for the younger generation, I think they need to be really careful because your identity can get lost trying to be like somebody, whether it's the Kardashians or whatever it is.
You are working on a conference that's upcoming in November called The Collective. Let's hear about that.
Well, it's called the Collective DXP, and it's been 2 years in the making. Our CEO, Reem, has been organising this, and it's finally coming together. And it's basically bringing over very well-known and very successful influencers. So they're coming over to talk about how they've created their own businesses simply from social media rather than the old school business where, you know, it's working for somebody else, and just the tools you can use and sharing it with a lot of content creators in Dubai. So we can talk about collaborations, we can learn off each other. There's a lot of panel discussions as well. So little tidbits that people can show us, and how to make a career by a simple phone, you know, on social media is something I think is really powerful, which I'm hoping to pick up some tips from them.
So we've partnered up with Luta Perfumes, and they're all about supporting women in business, female entrepreneurs. What is one piece of advice that you can share with our viewers to inspire them if they want to enter the field of media?
Don't take no for an answer. I mean, so many people said, oh, you're getting older, or you're in the wrong industry. One radio station said to me, you're really bad at presenting. And I nearly got thrown off the radio. But I didn't care. And it wasn't that I didn't think I was good or I was bad. I enjoyed it. And because I enjoyed it, I wasn't taking no for an answer. And I finally found my way.
It's a great piece of advice. And of course, Indigo Living is all about living beautifully.
Yeah.
So what does living beautifully mean to you?
For me, living beautifully is living in the flow. When you live in the flow, you're living from your soul's purpose. And that is the most important thing, because you're only here. This lifetime, you're here for a purpose, so live it fully. Don't live everybody else's purpose.
Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your journey. The show is really about inspiring people, and so we love hearing from viewers, whatever industry they want to be in. So whether it's cooking or media or writing a book, you know, we hope that everyone's real story will get out there to just inspire someone to follow their passions. So
thank you.
Thank you for being
with us. It's been great being here as well. Thank you so much.
So I'm going to see you at your conference in just a few
Yes.
weeks' time, which is so exciting. And thank you for watching us every week on Indigo Living's UAE On the Couch series. Thank you to Luta Perfumes for being our partner on the journey. And thank you for following us. Make sure you like the page, follow, comment below. We'd love to hear from you. See you next week.